In this lesson, we are going to take a look at how we can trim drawing objects using the trim command. The trim command is located on the Home tab in the Modify panel. You can also type TR, then press Enter at your keyboard. After selecting the trim command, we can take a look at the command line and see that we are in the quick mode and that it is asking for us to select the objects we want to trim. In the quick mode, all objects on screen have been selected as cutting edges. So I can simply jump to clicking on objects to trim them. So if I want to trim out these doorways, as you can see, I can instantly go ahead and click on these lines to trim them out. Sometimes, however, you may want to specify cutting edges. For example, this vertical line needs to be trimmed completely through this building. As I do this manually, I have to select each line individually. As you can see, this is taking some time to get each segment. Alternatively, I could go ahead and specify some cutting edges and maybe get this done a little bit quicker. In my command line, I can choose the cutting edges option, then select the two lines I wish to act as cutting edges, which is going to be the very top and very bottom lines here. Then I'll press Enter. Now I can select the line I want to trim, and as you can see, I can now trim this line in one click rather than having to zoom in and get each individual segment. The trim command also provides quick access to the extend command as well. I'll begin the trim command again, and as you can see, I can click to trim objects out. If I take a look at my command line, it indicates that I can select objects to trim or shift select to extend. That means if I hold the Shift key at my keyboard, I'm now in the Extend command. And as you can see, I am now extending lines. If I let go of the Shift key, I'm back in the Trim command. To recap, we use the Trim command, and it starts out in the quick mode, which means we can go ahead and just select the objects that we want to trim. If I want to specify cutting edges, I can do so by selecting that option at the command line. And I can also switch to the Extend command by holding the Shift key at the keyboard. That concludes this look at the Trim command in AutoCAD.